Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be trying out these Revlon Photo Ready Candid. So I have the foundation and I have the concealer. So the shades that I have for the foundation is I have Cocoa in 520 and I have Walnut in 540. When I was swatching them on my hand, the 520 looked a little bit light and then this looked a little too red. So I think I'm going to mix them together and then see how they look on my skin. So I just kind of mix them together on my back of my hand already. And then I'm probably gonna struggle opening up this concealer. Oh, I think I got it. Okay, so getting that open. And I already dampened my beauty sponge and I wet it with my Smashbox primer water. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the bottom of it and then just start kind of dabbing onto the sponge and then dabbing onto my skin like so. I'm just gonna dab some more and dab on my skin. So I'm gonna take more. Just gonna do another pump. See, I got a little bit more. The first time was like a small amount, so now I'm getting a little bit more product out of it. So I'm gonna mix it with my finger as I did before. And I'm gonna just put that on right there. And again, taking a sponge and then just kind of pouncing it onto the skin. So I feel like it does look pretty much like my skin tone. So happy about that. I feel like it's covering like the things that I want to cover. So I need my hyperpigmentation and dark scars. It's covering all of that up pretty nicely. So far it doesn't feel dry or like tight on the skin. So happy about that. I'm just gonna take a little bit on my forehead. Crazy. Just gonna take the rest and just kind of go over whatever areas needs a little bit extra help. So going over like this all around. Okay, so I think I got a good amount covered. So now I'm gonna take the concealer. Oh, okay, so this is how it comes out. So it has like the doe foot applicator, but it's like you gotta pull it out, so it's a little weird than I'm used to. So I'm just gonna take a couple lines right here, a little right here, a little right here, and a little right here. Okay. I'm gonna take so this is a Wet n Wild beauty sponge if I didn't say what it is. So I'm gonna take the pointy part. I'm gonna start right here, my lip, just to get that all blended out. I'm gonna go over my forehead, kind of blend that out as well. And then, so usually I like to sit a little bit with the concealer, but I don't know how this formula really is. So I realize I don't have an even number, so let me put one more little stripe right here. That way I have them all done. So I'm gonna take it and I'm going to pat it out. I feel like a lot of it's going on the beauty blender, so I don't know if a lot of it's really showing under my eye. Let me see. I can see it. So blend it out. It looks like it's a good shade for me. I feel like more awake and it looks natural. Like all this so far looks really natural. I'm going for a more natural look. So far I'm liking the formula. So this is it all blended out. And I want a little bit more brightness. So I'm going to take a little bit more of the concealer. Just right there. Right there. And also I'm going to take a little bit more of the foundation on the back of my hand. So like half a pump of 520. And I'm taking my beauty sponge and I'm just kind of blending because I want to just make sure that I'm completely covered any of my concerns. Same thing on this side. Making sure everything's blended out. And then I'm taking the pointy part. Almost forgot my nose, so I'm going to blend out the center of my nose. Just like so. That's a little more dimension. And then let me just go in under my eye like so. So now the under eye looks all nice and natural. So next, I'm gonna go on my contour, which is my Black Radiance collection. And I'm gonna take a little bit right here, here, forehead. And then I like to go right under here. And I'm just gonna use the bottom of my beauty blender just to pounce that out. I don't really like to use too many brushes if I don't need to. So I like to really use my beauty blender, like all parts of my beauty blender I'll use. So I'm really putting that to use right now. And then I'm going upwards with my contour shade, tracing along this part of my face, my hairline, could not think of the name. So just going along like that. And then again, right over here, just tracing it along. And then if you want just to cut it, you can take whatever leftover of the concealer, which is on that top part, and then just go on the top a little bit. So on the top, and then a little right underneath. That way it looks nice and natural. Like, make sure there's no line. I hate when there's like a line, so I want it to look as natural as possible. So I'm like blending. So whatever I have left over, just blend it like that. So next I'm gonna take a little bit of my setting powder, which is the Aesthetica setting powder. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that. I keep a little white piece so that way I'm literally not getting too much, because I don't want to be taking too much of it. Okay, so I have that much, as you can see. And just going on both sides and blending it out. My skin is dry, so I try not to put like too much. Just want it to be just enough where it looks natural. And then I'm still setting under my eye. So just doing it on both sides. Making sure that I have no leftover powder. And I'm taking whatever is left over and just setting right underneath, like so. So done with the setting powder. So also me keeping the that protective seal part helps me control it, because if not I end up with like powder all over the damn place. So next I'm using my Pure Sculptor. I'm gonna take this F13 brush and I'm gonna take a little bit of the highlighter shade. It broke a little bit, so just bear with me. Take a little bit on my nose and I'm gonna tap right here just to give me a nice highlight, nice natural highlight. She cute now. And then I'm gonna take my contour shade. One is in Founder and the other one I cannot tell you what it says. I'm just gonna take that and then just kind of go in right where I have on my contour. And once that's all set, pretty much done. So I'm gonna just go back with my primer, Smashbox Primer, Set and Refresh. My shade up, and then I'm gonna just set. I'm pretty much done. So far I do like the formula. Like I said, it's lightweight, it doesn't feel heavy, and it doesn't feel drying or tight on my skin. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and also kind of seeing how the Candid looks on my skin. And tune in next time. I hope you guys can like, subscribe, and tune into my new videos. Have a good one.